You're listening to the Mari Show on Salam Media, and it's time for our fitness segment. Today, we are going to be discussing the best exercises to tone and shape with Coach Luyanda Aziza Sibisi. Well, we all want to be summer body ready, beach body ready, or stay at home, but ready. Ready for whatever it is that we're going to be doing while we are staying at home. Nonetheless, we still want to make sure that we have everything toned, tucked, and tightened there so we don't have to worry about things hanging out, body parts hanging out. God forbid. Summer is almost at our doorstep, and some of us we're not even halfway there. But yeah, inshallah, we will get there. All right, so Coach Luyanda is joining me. Assalamu alaikum, Coach Lu.
Walaikum salam, sis. How are you?
All good, and yourself?
I'm great. I'm great. Thank you.
All right, so first of all, why do we need to tone our bodies?
Okay, so sometimes you'll find that, let's say you've been on a weight loss journey and you've lost a lot of weight. And what you'll find is that sometimes you'll be dealing with things like excess skin or poor muscle tone. So what needs to happen when you're on your weight loss journey, while you're losing weight, you need to make sure that you're doing exercises that improves your skin tone in terms of the elasticity of your skin, just to kind of bring it back. And you also need to build the muscle so that where there was fat, it can be replaced with some healthy lean muscle just to fill you out. And it also gives you some leverage, like say if you standing up, you need muscle tone to be able to do certain things. So when you're lacking in muscle tone, it's not just about looking good and shredded and fit and but really it's all about what the muscle can do to support the body. Because remember, a muscle is actually helping you to walk, to run, to lift things, to sit, to stand. I was telling people that people don't actually realize how much muscle tone is required in just standing for like an hour at a time. If you're queuing and you're relatively unfit and you have poor muscle tone, you will slouch, you'll feel tired. So muscle tone is very important for things like balance, flexibility, strength, stability. The list is really endless. And it also just looks good when you're just a toned human being.
Well, definitely, we all want to look good, but like you mentioned, there's so much benefit to toning our bodies. And now, when it comes to exercises, what exercises are best for toning?
Okay, so exercises are divided into two categories. You have strength and body conditioning, and then you have cardio. So when you're trying to tone, it would be best to do minimal cardio and more strength and conditioning. Because when you're conditioning the body, you're actually not only building the muscle, but you're strengthening the muscle, making it firmer, building the endurance, and making it, kind of do what you need it to do on the body. So I would recommend definitely strength and body conditioning. Very little cardio, because the more cardio you do, the more the muscle breaks down, the more weight you lose, and it can kind of just be tricky. So you have to try to find a balance between cardio, strength and conditioning, and flexibility, even from yoga and Pilates and stuff.
All right, so please give us a few examples of the toning exercises that we can do.
Okay, so I was supposed to be in studio, but I was saying that, for now, I still am like, I'm staying home. I don't know,
Working from
guys.
home.
Yes, working from home. So I have a kettlebell here. I actually posted a video this morning of a kettlebell. Kettlebell is a very, very amazing piece of equipment, and it's been around for centuries and centuries. I mean, the gladiators, as we know them now, used to actually do shows and competitions using a kettlebell, but obviously it didn't look as cute as it does now. So the
Yeah.
kettlebell can be used all over the body. You can use it for upper body, you can use it for abdominals, and you can use it for lower body as well. But I also have, and this is quite interesting, a skipping rope. But I know I said that cardio should be cut down when
Yeah.
you're trying to tone. But the difference with this skipping rope is that this is a weighted skipping rope. So it does the opposite of what a normal skipping rope would do. It
Okay.
actually strengthens and conditions the upper body because of its weighted nature. It's almost like you're doing like a press up, with a dumbbell, except that you're skipping. So this is great for high intensity interval training because you're skipping, so your heart rate is a little bit up, but at the same time, you're using the weighted rope to tone and condition your body. So anything that allows you to apply a little bit of pressure and strength onto the muscle, that's the perfect example. But I chose these two because this is full body. Literally, when you're skipping, you're working your legs, you're working your back, you're working your abs, you're working your core, you're working your calves. But most importantly, with the weighted rope, you're toning your upper body. And with the kettlebell, geez, I mean, you can do a lot of things with kettlebell. You can do strength and conditioning. You can do lower body. You can do abs. These two pieces of equipment, if you've got this, you're good to go. So, and this is obviously with things like lunges, squats, and the more weight you add, the more the muscle firms up and builds up, which adds more to the tone. So when we're talking about toning and shaping, we're really talking about building that muscle. So when you add more weights to whatever you're lifting or using at that time, the better it can get. So kettlebells go all the way up to a very, very heavy weight, but I have a 10-kilogram one here. If you're feeling very strong, you'll see there's a big difference. There's a very big difference in doing, let's just say a press with a 6-kilometer dumbbell and a press with a 10-kilometer dumbbell. It's much more resistance and it's much harder. So you really have to take it as it comes. But these are all pieces of equipment that can really help you achieve your goal in toning your muscles.
Well, speaking about the skipping rope, it's very interesting because I've never seen or heard of a weighted skipping rope. Where can we get one?
Okay, so weighted skipping ropes are available online. I love this one because I actually got it sent in from the UK. I love that a lot of skipping ropes, and this is not just to advertise someone else's rope. I don't like that question because I'm always in development of my own things.
Don't give us names, just tell us what we can do. We'll
so
Google.
It's available online, but what I love the most about this rope is that usually with weighted ropes, it's the handle that is weighted. But this time around, the PVC rope is weighted as well. So it doesn't just add pressure to your wrists, because I find with the weighted ropes, with the way the handle is weighted, you put a lot of pressure on your wrists. But with this rope, it's like a full ergonomic experience of just the weightedness of the rope. So you just need to find a rope that you can adjust, an adjustable rope, and have it be weighted. Because as you can see here, it actually is adjustable and you can make it taller or shorter according to your height. And it's really such a great piece of equipment to have forever and ever and ever. It's so you can get these definitely online. And I think sometimes you can go to game or something, but I think most of the times I find my ropes online.
Okay, so for beginners, what weight would be best to start with? Should we start with body weight and then move into dumbbells and kettlebells, or can we just jump straight into it?
Well, okay, so this is a great question because I always say to people, the muscle. I mean, I've been talking about the muscle as a brain. It has a memory, so it has to remember something. So you cannot just come in with a 10-kilogram weight and you're doing a movement that your body has not been familiar with or doesn't even remember. So you are right. You have to start with your body weight just to get the positioning right and how you do the actual exercise, correct form, correct posture, correct movements, so that you avoid the injury. Because listen, once you are lifting a 10-kilogram kettlebell, there's very little room for error because you can definitely injure yourself. So you have to make sure that you know what you're doing first. So yes, start with body weights. And if you're on your dumbbells, you can literally even go from 1, 2 to 4, 6, 8, 10. It's up to you. And you gradually increase it. Maybe every fortnight or every week you're just adding, or every other day you're adding maybe an extra 1 kilogram. It depends on your program. So remember, the lighter your weight is, or when you're using your body weight, you do more reps. So you'll do 20 squats and 3 sets of those 20. But if you're doing a weighted squat with a 10-kilogram dumbbell, you'll probably only maybe manage to do 8 to 10 reps. So the higher the weight, the less the reps, because when we're doing body weight, it's more about the endurance. And when we're doing weighted, it's about strength and power and being able to actually build the muscle up. So that's the difference between those two. So it's always best to start with multiple reps, but less weight, and then you can work your way up from there.
And you'll be surprised at how much weight your body actually has and how much impact you can
Yeah.
actually get from that. I mean, 3 days of skipping and I couldn't take it anymore. My calves were like, "Yay, lady, we're done."
It's something else. I'm telling you, your body. I mean, I say to people, if you just do this, I mean, we've done it in the studio, and you were like, this is so easy. And then I said, well, we're going to do it for like 10 more minutes. And you were like, okay, now I'm tired. So your body's the
Yeah.
perfect thing to actually just start with your journey for strength and toning.
All right. How long does one need to do these toning exercises to become toned and to actually see results?
It's such a journey, and everyone asks me this. It's like, when am I going to start seeing results?
Yeah,
And
we want to see results.
it depends on you as an individual, but most importantly, and people don't get this, and this is probably the biggest tip I can give anyone, is that it's not even about the exercise. It's what you do after the exercise in terms of nutrition. And I know you guys are probably sick of hearing me talk about nutrition, but to be honest with you, you can bench press and lift as many weights as possible. But if you're not feeding your body after the workout with the right amount of protein, remember, you should be having at least 1.2 grams of protein per kilogram of your body weight. So that's a bit of a formula that we might get into some other time. But if you calculate it, so if I let me think about it in pounds, because the last time I checked, I did it in pounds. I weigh 150 pounds, I think, and then my protein consumption needs to be 137 grams of protein, because when you're lifting weights, you need to refuel your body, whatever, because remember, when you're building muscle, you're tearing the muscle fibers. So food actually builds the muscle back up and makes it bigger and stronger. So when we're talking about time, it's all about how consistent you are with your diets. I'm not going to say 6 weeks. I'm not going to say 8 weeks. I know you want me to say 10 weeks. I know you want me to say 4 weeks, because that's how
I want you to say 21 days.
And that's really sad. I mean, even in my challenges, I don't promise people results in terms of muscle gain in 30 days. It's so unrealistic, because remember, not only are you training, you're splitting the days up. So you're training on Monday, resting on Tuesday, training on Wednesday, and then you're changing it up next week, and then you're resting for the whole week. It's a very time sensitive thing, and you really can't put a timeline to it. It's all about how your body responds to what you're doing in the gym and in the kitchen. Most importantly, though, in the kitchen. And rest. If you don't sleep, your muscles don't recover and you won't build muscle. So I learned a very hard lesson that 4 hours of sleep is counterproductive to my body goals. So I know for all of the sleep lovers, you're in good company with me. I'm going to tell you that you need at least 8 hours of sleep, because when you're sleeping is when your body produces nitric oxide, and nitric oxide is the thing that repairs and rebuilds and replenishes the muscle. And you only get that when you're sleeping. So there are some pharmacies that sell it over the counter, but you know, what best way than to naturally do it when you're sleeping? Your body produces it at its own rate, at its own pace, and whatever your body needs. So I can't give you a timeline. You see, there's a lot of factors involved. And once you start to understand your body and the science behind muscle building, you can actually just do it in your sleep, literally in your sleep.
Well, it's not 21 days like how they like to advertise to us, but 21 days is actually a good, you will develop a good habit, which means that you
Absolutely.
will become consistent and you'll want to be doing it even more than before. So make sure that you just do it for the whole 21 days, and then you will start seeing results in your consistency, not
Definitely.
in your just being static. But Coach, that's all the time that we have, unfortunately. But thank you once again for chatting to us and for the advice.
Thank you. I mean, I think this needed a lot more time, because I always say to
Yeah.
people, it's easier to lose weight than it is to build muscle. I mean, all you need to do to lose weight is be in a calorie deficit, and that's it, you know. But with muscle building, it's a science. So thank you, and maybe one day we can get more in depth into the science of muscle building and toning. But till then, guys, just get your rope, get your kettlebell, and do what you can and have fun with it. It's really such a rewarding process.
Indeed, it is. Have a wonderful day. Assalamu
You
alaikum.
too. Walaikum salam.
That was Coach Luyanda Aziza Sibisi chatting to us about exercises that can help tone your muscles and simple. Start with your body weight instead of going straight to the weights, the kettlebells and the weighted skipping ropes and whatever. Start with your body weight because you need to start somewhere. And what better way than with your own body? There's so much that you can get out of it. And you can follow Luyanda on social media to get some more information and tips on exercises and workout challenges and programs as well. She is Luyanda Aziza on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. It is 11:49. You are listening to the Mari Mukonda Show on Salam Media. Please stay with us. We'll be right back.